everybody, I'm the Pigglesworth, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Along with Piggy. Gonna back up here and let this guy pick potatoes on camera. Pick all the potatoes, buddy. They'll grow back, because you replant them. So, in the last episode, we had done a whole bunch of little chores, and one of the chores I'd done was I closed up this area. And then I did another test. I did another test after the episode was done, off camera, for, I would say another 12 hours or so. And what I did was I came over to this area and I boxed myself in up there. I wanted to see how many potatoes would grow. Well, we got some potatoes in here, and we got a few in here. We got some in here, and it looks like we got some in here. Yeah, I would say we've got potatoes. We have got plenty of potatoes. Plenty. But something else really strange happened, and I, for the life of me, cannot figure this out. I want to see if you guys can help me out with this. I may be doing something wrong. I don't think I am, but I might be doing something wrong. That was weird. I thought I saw a bobbing leather helmet. It's a bad guy. You stay over there. So, I was way over here, and spawn chunks are way over there, which is where the iron farm is. Now, I haven't done any testing with the bird. I talked about maybe moving the bird or deleting the bird from this map just to see if the villager breeder was messing with the iron farm. But something very odd is happening, and I can't explain it. It is boggling my little piggy mind, and that keeps me from running, so I shouldn't do that again. And I'll explain to you what I did as I make my way over here, and then I will show you what happened. So I was AFK way over there for about 12 hours, and I came back and saw all the potatoes. I'm like, okay, good. Got tons of potatoes. So I was expecting to see lots of iron, because I was far enough away that the bird was not loaded in the map. So that means that the iron farm should be running, and if the bird was messing with it, it wouldn't be messing with it anymore, because it's not loaded. But I came over here, and there's no iron. I think there was 3 to 5 ingots. Now, there's going to be some more ingots here. See that? Those ingots are there because I did another test where I put myself AFK right here for about 20 or 30 minutes. And if I was over here, we got iron. But if I was way over there, we didn't get any iron. That doesn't make any sense to me, because this is built in an area that isn't supposed to be unloading. Now, I went ahead and did a double check. Just did a double check test, because I wanted to make sure that I had put this in the right area. So I'm going to show you right over here. Right in this spot. If I can get up here. I didn't eat enough food to make it this far. So that little block right there. This little corner. I threw a piece of dirt on it. I went way over there to the potato farm. And I went AFK for about 20 or 30 minutes. And I came back over here. And if you notice, the dirt block is missing, right? Which means that dirt block despawned. Which means this area is always loaded. But for some reason, this loaded area... left a way for zombies to come up and view the villagers. Can't have that. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what's going on. And apparently, until I can figure it out, the only way we're going to get iron is if I go AFK over here. And here's another one of those pesky little spots. I have a feeling that I'm going to keep running into those pesky little spots left by Endermen. I'll just have to keep fixing them. But that's the way it goes. You know. Pesky little Enderman. Where's the sun? Sun, thank you. Stay there. That would be great. Even though I know you're not going to. So, go ahead and fill that in too, because that drives me crazy. So, now we do have some iron, which is a good thing. Got some iron in here, about 3 stacks and 18. And then we've got that. So that together makes about 4 stacks over here. And that's good. That is fine. Do I have more hoppers here? Nope. The hoppers are over at the potatoes. That's what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this stuff, because I know the iron farm is working. So that's good. I just have to AFK over here for it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do another 12-hour stint where I make myself AFK. Yeah, I'm going to be AFK, falling down. Not paying attention to what I'm doing. But that way, I can go ahead and get some iron. so that we have iron for projects, because that's what we need them for. That's the whole reason we've spent over a dozen, at least a dozen episodes, fretting and fawning over trying to get that thing to work, and finally it works. So today what I was wanting to do, now that we've got some iron, is make some hoppers. And there's a reason why we're going to need hoppers. See if I can come over here so you can see. And I bet it's too far to see. Is it too far to see? Well, I'll just scale the mountain. I bet if I scaled the mountain... Yep, okay, we can see it from over here. Awesome. So, something that I've also wanted to do for about 20 episodes, but I've been holding off to make sure that I had enough iron to do it, is Old Tree Farm. Old Tree Farm, which was the end of Season 1, and will not be the end of Season 2. I want to emphasize that. This is not the end of Season 2. So no panics. Don't hit the panic button and go crazy. But what I want to do is I want to make a collection system so that when we chop down trees, I don't have to go down in the tunnel that's behind the crane into one little chest that's collecting everything and have these chests sitting outside. Can't see them. Let me move over here. There we go. Nope. Did I move? Oh, the chests are not being rendered. That's really odd. Huh, okay. So what I want to do is I want to build a collection center that's going to collect the saplings and the wood and sort it all out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go gather some more supplies. I'm pretty sure the wood and stuff is good over there, but I'm going to need some sticky pistons and a few other little things. I'm not even sure what I'm going to need. I'll probably have to make a few trips. What I'm going to do is gather up what I think I need. And I'm going to meet you over there at the tree farm, and we're going to get started on today's project of making a sorting collection system for all those trees. So I'll meet you over there in just a second. All right, everybody. I've come over here, and I have kind of outlined an area where I think this extension is going to need to go. I think I've got all the area mapped out that it's going to need to be, but here's the thing. I'm going to need to modify the setup as it is. I can go and get rid of some of these and pop these, and yeah, if you notice the autumn pack, whenever we break the vines, they go back to normal color, and there was something to do with the way the game you can manipulate the colors of vines and leaf blocks, but when you go to break them, they don't retain the original color. So no big deal, just letting y'all know, so when you see it, you're not like, Piggy, something crazy's going on, buddy. What's going on? So we're going to go and start breaking this. I know we're just totally vandalizing this build, aren't we? It's crazy. And so what I'm going to think about doing is taking these beams and extending them out here, because this is going to be the exterior wall. So when you come up to the farm, you'll see this beam going in this direction. And I'm probably going to perpetuate this half slab on top kind of feel. And then at this point, maybe do some kind of a roof line or something. I'm not quite certain how I want to do the roof yet. Roofs are real tricky in my opinion. They can, you have like your typical slanted roof, like that roof, and I kind of went overboard adding a bunch of embellishment just because I didn't want it to look like your plain everyday roof. Go ahead and break some of these up, and then we will break into the leaves. But I do need to open this whole area up. Now, I got to be careful on doing this because I am opening myself up for mobs. They can now get inside here. So, we got to be very careful. Probably need to make sure that we go to sleep. And it's a good thing I'm near the potato farm. I have a bed down there, so I can go ahead and do that. I'll knock some of these out of here, and I'll come back later and finish the rest. Oh, you pesky cobble fence. Get out of there. So, and then you can see I'm going to need to go and tear this stuff out too. And this is just going to open up an area so that we can put a sorting system in. And it's going to hold all of our saplings, all the different kind of logs, some bone meal, and apples. We're going to have a little sorting area right here. Now, right here in this path, this is where the walkway is going to be to access everything. The sorting system with an overflow protection, I'm going to use an Impulse SV design. I'll have a link show up to his tutorial. It's a really great design that he came up with. But it's very big. It takes up a lot of area. So that's why I've got all this excessive area right here. It's going to hold all the hoppers and redstone, just so we can access this little point right in here. It's crazy. It's It's crazy how much room it's going to take. And I'm also going to have to work out where I want the items to get popped up, because I'm actually going to use some of my own cool redstone too. It came up with an item elevator design. Darn it, I was wondering if that was going to happen. What I needed to know was if I lit this area, would ice melt through glass? Would the light through the glass melt the ice? And apparently it will. So, and that's really cool. The block hasn't updated itself yet, so it's not flooding. It just melted and stayed there. Watch, if I put this block here, boop, all the water comes right at us. So I'll go ahead and do that. Get rid of that. So I think what I'm going to have to do, at least for the ice right in here, so that I can see, I'm going to go ahead and have to get some packed ice. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. But this is mainly going to be just an access point. Once I get all the redstone put in and everything, I'll bring you back and show you what that looks like, just so you can see it. But more than likely, we'll never end up down here. This is just going to be access, just in case the redstone goes bonkers and we need to work on it or look at it. So I am going to get finishing digging out that tunnel and getting my little redstone mechanism set and get these chests set up. And then I'll bring you back and show you what I'm going to do next, which I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do next. So it'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise for both of us. But I'm going to go run over here and go to sleep, because the pesky sun, once again, messing with me. But I'll meet you back over there in just a minute and show you some of the cool redstone. All right, everybody. It has been a little while since the last clip. I just finished chopping these trees down here, so they'll go ahead and despawn and go into the system. And I know what you're saying, Piggy, as per usual, trolling the audience. You're not letting us see the system. Well, we'll go down there and watch that in a minute. But there you go. Check that out. Yeah, now it looks like a huge mess, doesn't it? Oh, cool. You can watch it happen. So what I ended up doing, I had tried out my elevator design that I was going to use. Item elevator design, I should say. And it wasn't working very well. I have a feeling that this design that I came up with is going to be a lot better for multiple slime block elevator uses. So in the future, I will use it in the future. This is a mumbo jumbo design, so I'll have a link to his channel as well. Oh, cool. So every time the sapling falls down, because that's all that's left, you'll see that tick and go off. So we'll look in here first. What we got going on in here is I have it set up where we have every single type of log available. We have a spot for our bone meal, a spot for our apples, and then all the saplings. Now these saplings, if you look, they're arranged so that we have an oak, oak. We have spruce, spruce, and on down the line. So that way they match. It's kind of like a nice even match. And this is a mass storage system that I came up with. I'll have a link show up on screen. Yes, actually a link to something I built so that you can go check that out. But the way this system works is we step on pressure plates and it locks the chest. So see, we just have a one chest access, but actually being held behind it is two hoppers, three hoppers. I think three hoppers and three double chests, or 1, 2, 3. Yeah, three hoppers. Now the way the system works is when everything backs up and it's full, this comparator right here does a check on that hopper, and it sets off this light. Now, what's really cool is when items fall through, like here, we'll grab this, and I'm going to grab some oak logs and just throw them out there, and they're going to make their way through the system. And we'll watch here in just a second. You're going to see this light turn on. And it's really cool when you chop down a bunch of stuff and come back here and just watch. You'll see all these different lights. Watch. The light should turn on, telling us that oak logs are going into the system. And they're not. You're not working. You were working before. Now that the camera's running, you're not working. There it goes. Oh, maybe when I opened that, it slowed everything down. But sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, because the hopper reading that, the items are just flowing through it. But I spent, gosh, the better part of a day tearing up this diamond axe. I think I repaired this axe 3 times to do this so you could see it. Look at that. We got spruce wood for years, not days, but years. So I've got that double hopper, that double chest, that double chest, and that double chest, and all the hoppers all backed up to that point so that I can demonstrate this. Watch. So the way that this collection point works, normally you would open that and watch. If I take something, now that's a trap chest, so it sets it off. But see how we're filling back up? Okay, so I'm going to come over here and step on this. Collect me some wood, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't want that. Well, look, the spaces are still there, so I can go boop, 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 and dump all that stuff back in. Now, I'm going to grab this because we're going to need this in just a second to show you something else. But I've gone through and also came over here and put leaf blocks. Now, at first I was like the jungle, you can kind of tell what the jungle is, and the spruce, but some of these other ones are a little trickier. So I went ahead and named them. So we've got oak, spruce, birch, what does it say? Dark oak, acacia, and jungle. And we got some leaf blocks in there. That one, not so much. Dark oak leaf is a little difficult because you have to use shears to get the leaf blocks. But the problem is if you shear them, you don't get the saplings. And dark oak trees are terrible for trying to get saplings. Managed to get this much. Now, what you don't know is behind this system is a hopper. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I'm going to put an ender chest here, and this is just like a little area, and I've been cooking potatoes with the coal that I made from the trees while I've been chopping down trees. We'll go up here and take a look at this. Now, all this is going to get covered up. Of course, not in this episode. We'll do it next episode where we do a really cool design, a building to cover all this mess up. But back in here we can see, like, we've got 41, 41. So this system locks at 41. So we've got 41 dark oak saplings plus the ones below. But the problem is when you chop down a dark oak and you let it decay naturally, you're going to be lucky if you get 4 saplings out of it every time. Had somebody on Twitter tell me that if I use a fortune tool, I can get more saplings. And sure enough, when I did it, I used a fortune tool to break the leaves on purpose, and it managed to give me a whole bunch more saplings. So, and it is getting cold out here. This fall, the sun's going down, and it's fall, and it is getting cold out. We're going to go ahead and throw these out here. So I'm going to take you down below and show you what's going on down below. Jump down here. And what I don't need to have happen is, I think the logs have gone by. So we're going to come down here, and y'all have seen this before. But I've got this where if just in case I fall into the water, I can come out this way, but items go over here. So we're going to run over here. I've got this all lit up, and I've got packed ice down there, so that's all good. And this system, where'd it go? Did the items even go down here? That is really odd. Maybe they did, and they already shot up like crazy. Let's go ahead and toss that there. We'll chase those down. You come back here, guys. The whole stack of you. There we go. Now it's working. Items are making their way up to the top and into that sorting system and all those chests. And I tell you what, my gosh, is it getting cold in here. What in the world happened? Did a storm come in? Wow, everything looks different. Huh. Now, what? Wait a minute. Is there snow? Did it snow? Whoa! Check that out. That is awesome. Yeah. Now, for those of y'all who figured it out, some of y'all might be like, Piggy, how in the world did you do that, buddy? Well, I actually didn't do it. D-Nader Games did this. This is so cool. So, just like the autumn pack, we had an autumn texture pack. He made a winter pack as well. Isn't this cool? I love this. All these blocks look like they're frozen and cold. Everything's just a little desaturated in the color. We're going to come up here because I tell you what, this is so cool to look at night. Look at that. Just using a texture pack, we've made it look like a winter wonderland. Go ahead and zoom in. And I love that effect. That really awesome effect where the darker it gets inside, the darker blue it gets. Even the sugarcane looks frozen. Crazy. The water almost looks like it's ready to freeze as well. So, like, whoa. Okay, it's lighting. I was like, what happened over there? And y'all might have been asking, like, Piggy, why did you have the leaf blocks separated? And I'll go down and explain if you didn't catch that. But basically what happens is the items get shot up in here into this water stream. The water pushes forward by 8, and then it stops. Items would get stuck here if this wasn't ice. So what I did is I went in and placed a block of ice, and the water picks it up again and pushes it. So see how there's 3 hoppers there? And we'll jump down here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. See how it's 3 hoppers separate from over here? And check this out. This is so cool. Even the tree saplings have just a dusting of snow on them. That is so cool. All the items look just a little bit more frozen. He did such an awesome job on this texture pack. And it's like, I don't even want to make it daytime now. Usually I have to have the game in day because I don't want the mobs to spawn. But when the world looks like this, I'm sorry, I do not want to. I don't want to sleep it away. I want to look at all the coolness. So, this is awesome. I love it. I love it so much. So this is today's project. Not the texture pack. I can't even make this. I don't expect you to make a texture pack for a project. But this is getting a collection system going. And maybe even go so far as a sorting system. You can use the ones I used. You can use different ones. But what I want you to do is I want you to build your system and attach it to your tree farm and take pictures of it. Take pictures of it and send it to me on Twitter so I can tweet it out so everybody else can see. Oh, man, this is cool. So I think I'm going to go exploring. I'm going to go check out all this really cool stuff that's out at night. Because the night is so cool now. Just run around, try and run from the mobs and see if we don't get caught. A little flower out in the... Oh, I wanted to look... Oh, my gosh. Look, even the creepers are frozen. Oh, guys, no. No, don't freeze me. Oh, my gosh. Well, I'm going to have to go back there and collect my stuff before zombies pick up all my junk. I'm going to have to go over to the zombie farm and get myself some more levels. You, Mr. Frozen, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep so the zombies die and get my stuff, and I will see you in the next episode.